Prediction markets may look simple, and many of them are. But we can do a lot more with them once we learn a few tricks. In the simplest prediction markets, one trades dollars for assets of the form pays $1 if A, where A is some claim. The asset ratio in these trades is the market price, which can be treated as an estimate of the probability of A. Now, if we use a conjunct A and B, where B is another claim, instead of A, we can get a probability for that conjunct. And if users trade the A and B conjunct asset for the A asset, then that price should be the ratio of the other two prices, which is the conditional probability of A given B. Thus, we can make markets in conditional probabilities. Instead of starting with an asset that pays $1 if some discrete event A, we can use an asset that pays in proportion to some continuous variable x that is restricted to lie in the range 0 to 1. In this case, prices can give us expected values for x and conditional expected values for x. In an ordinary market, traders must either post an offer and then wait for someone to accept it, or accept an offer that someone else has posted. When traders are rare, this can lead to long delays. A solution is to create an automated market maker who always has two posted offers, one to buy and one to sell, with a small price difference between them, and a simple rule for how prices move in response to trades. With an automated market maker, any trader can always make a trade fast, even when other traders are rare. In an ordinary prediction market, trades are zero-sum. Whatever one side gains, the other loses. Theory says that rational, risk-averse traders without insurance needs would not trade in such markets. Yes, humans do often trade in such situations, but what if they get wise? Here are two ways to subsidize these markets to make sure that all traders can gain. First, we can set the parameters of an automated market maker so that it loses money on average as the price moves toward its final resting place, and set a limit on how much it would ever lose. Such a market maker could be funded by the parties who want the information that the market prices can reveal. Alternatively, a subsidy could come from manipulative traders, that is, traders who are willing to lose some money in order to distort the consensus price that everyone else will see. Not only do such manipulative traders subsidize other traders, but on average their presence increases price accuracy. While manipulation can be a serious problem for other institutions, it just isn't a problem for speculative markets. Finally, imagine a simple prediction market on whether a project will make its deadline. We might worry that project personnel will sabotage the project in order to win some bets. A simple fix here is to start everyone who could harm the project with a positive stake in that project, and then prevent them from letting their stake go negative. Now, traders can reveal information via their trades and yet have no incentive to sabotage. By using automated market makers, we can create an edit-based interface wherein users think in terms of editing a probability distribution instead of trading. For example, a user might see this distribution, grab it at this point, and then drag it to a new point. Their trading assets would change automatically. The next user would then see this new curve and could reverse this edit if they desired. We could also let users edit a probability distribution over a large tree of possibilities. For example, here is a tree of physics topics for the next Nobel Prize. Using this tree, specialists might dive deep and edit the very fine-grained distinctions, while the rest of us might stick with editing the broadest categories. In a combinatorial prediction market, users can bet on any of a very large set of possible combinations of some basic set of questions. For example, consider this edit-based interface for a firm that will soon sell some widget, a firm with two competitors, A and B. This screen shows current estimates for a wide range of parameters for all these firms' products. A user could pick any one of these numbers and see a more detailed probability distribution about it. A user could also pick any number and change that number if they were willing to make the corresponding bet. In addition to changing any number, a user could assume any number in their interface by setting that number to some assumed value. After doing that, the entire rest of their screen would then show estimates conditional on this assumption. The user might even make a second assumption, and then all the numbers would change again. They might also see some indication, like this red scenario probability number, of how unlikely is the situation that they have drilled down into. While viewing conditional estimates, a user could still edit any number But now these edits are conditional on the assumptions made. If these assumptions turn out false, it will be as if these edits never happened. A few years ago, some colleagues and I created a conditional prediction market wherein all the probabilities were represented by a Bayesian network. Users could edit any number via radio buttons or by moving a slider, and user changes would then be propagated through the rest of the Bayesian network using Bayes' rule to exactly update both the probabilities shared by all users and a representation of this user's assets. We made sure that no one could ever make a change requiring a bet that they couldn't pay for in all possible scenarios. Here is a map of our Bayesian network at one point. Users could not only edit marginal and conditional probabilities, they could also make changes to the network structure, and all this was computed efficiently. While most all real prediction markets today are quite simple, I hope you can see now that the field of prediction markets contains a lot of possibilities.
If you want to learn more about public choice, check out some of our other videos